Hello my dear viewers, welcome to my channel. My name is Malena and in this video I'm going to show you how to stand in line or in a queue in a classy feminine way that makes you stand out from all other people in this queue and that makes you approachable, sympathetic, feminine and attractive. And of course this will make this boring, annoying situation an opportunity in your daily life. An opportunity to make a positive impression, to practice, and even an opportunity to network or maybe get to know people. In our daily life, there are often situations in which we have to wait, in which we are standing in a line or in a queue. Those situations, although they might not appear like that, can be actually opportunities and situations in which we are making an impression on people. We all know that most of us are just seeing those situations as annoying and a waste of time, and we also don't really pay attention to how we stand and to how we position ourselves, what our facial expression is, etc. We don't position ourselves in the best way when we are in those situations. But after this video, you will know everything and you will become much more self-aware and conscious of how you present yourself. And then you will make the best, classiest and most approachable impression that is possible. So watch until the end. Let's start with the first step right away. The very first thing that you should do when you are waiting in a queue, standing in line, no matter if it is in the coffee shop, if it is in front of an office that is going to open, if it's at the bus station, no matter where you are queuing or waiting, think about your posture. You know that is a basic if you have already watching my videos for a longer time. If you are new, welcome and consider subscribing. I am talking about everything that you need to know to become a classy, sophisticated, wonderful, feminine version of yourself. And I'm also putting a lot of emphasis on movement and posture. So let's start with the basic posture because we cannot repeat that often enough. Imagine that your head is pulled up on an invisible string. So you are stretching upwards. Your head goes up a little bit, but then you push it backwards so that it's in the middle of your spine and your chin goes back, because otherwise you will just overstretch your neck and you will look arrogant. Also, it won't be good for your neck. So push the chin back and be upright. Then roll your shoulders back in a half roll. That's also just a good relaxation and stretching exercise. When you did this, you will just let the shoulders fall down and you will already be elevated in this upper area. Now, what will also happen is that your chest will go up, and that's of course always good for us ladies. At the same time, your core will be pulled back. If not, try to correct your core. If you tend to always lean towards backwards like I do, correct yourself and put yourself in the middle so that you have a straight line that goes through your body. So that will already be a good posture and maintain this core strength here. Actually, a good exercise is Pilates. I'm also doing Pilates in combination with belly dance. That's like half an hour of our training because it strengthens your core and it gives you stability, and stability is very important for your posture in every situation. So when you are like this, let's move on to the next step. In order to not appear stiff or unrelaxed, stand on one side of your legs. That means that transfer your weight either to the right leg or to the left leg. And then from time to time change, because it will become uncomfortable if you just maintain the weight on one side all the time. Don't do it too often, but you know what I mean. The arms. What should you do with your arms? In fact, many people are standing like this. And it's because it's just comfortable. is also warming when it's cold, for example, you're standing outside. It just gives you something to do, because often when you are standing and waiting in line, we don't really know what to do. We are annoyed. It's like an impatient posture. You see that and observe that with many people. But in order to stand out, don't do that. Either let your hands swing, or what I prefer, because this is still like a little bit lost and you don't have, for example, a handbag that you can hold on your hand or in your hand, then take your hands and hold them in front of you like this. I made a video about hand movements. I will link that down below. You can watch it if you don't know how to place your hands. Just to hold them together, place one hand or one palm into the other in a very loose and relaxed way. You can also change the legs to have a little bit of movement. It will be also more comfortable for you. And by the way, here you see my feet. So I am standing not one foot next to the other, but I am standing a little bit like I have one foot a little bit more in the front and the other a little bit more in the back, and I can change that. And then when I am transferring the weight, of course, my knees are a little bit flexed with that. Please don't overdo that. Don't make the photo pose when you stand, because this will be exaggerated. And what we aim here for is natural class and a natural feminine basic posture. So just do it a little bit more in a natural way. Another thing that I see sometimes is that women or people in general are putting their hands in their hips like that. Not only does it look bossy, but it also looks impatient again. And even if you do it with one arm, it might be a nice photo pose, but it might not be a very natural and feminine way of standing in a queue or in a line. Also, you are like making space by that. And by making yourself bigger, you will also appear as if you would like to push all the other people away, but that's not necessary actually when you're in a line. There is already an order, so you don't need to, make yourself big like that. Of course, if you live in a country in which people are not respecting the line or a queue, that might be different. Maybe it would then help if you make a little bit more space. Now we are coming to a very important part of your appearance and your positioning, your face. What we see in most cases is people have annoyed faces when they are standing in the line, or they are at least impatient. And if they are not looking impatient and annoyed, they are looking on their phones. So they are totally disconnected from what is happening around them and in their own world, so to say. But in order to stand out and to make a good impression and be approachable, maintain always open, kind and peaceful facial expression. That means have a relaxed facial expression. You can maintain either a neutral facial expression or a very slight smile like this. And avoid looking on your phone all the time. Of course, you can look on your phone from time to time, and many people just appreciate this time when they are waiting in a line. But when you want to use this time in a different way, just don't look that much on your phone and rather be present. Look around you, look who comes, maybe smile at people. You can also start a conversation with another person in line, if they are, of course, accessible and open for that. But at least you will appear accessible and very sympathetic. And it can also happen in that situations that people who are approaching the line or the queue, they may first approach you and might ask you something, just because you are the only one who notices them, who appears like they were present. And nowadays that's a very rare thing. And last but not least, always be well dressed, try to be groomed and wear a nice perfume. Why? Because in these situations people will of course smell you, at least if you smell good, and if you smell bad also, but here we will always smell good. So if you have a nice, special, expensive smelling perfume, you might also be approached due to that. So never forget your beautiful signature or just a beautiful, feminine, expensive smelling perfume. And if you are well dressed, then your position will also emphasize this. So basically what I taught you here is a combination of a classy and sophisticated style combined with the right feminine and sophisticated posture and movement, body language. So this combination will make the impression. And next time when you are standing in line of, let's say, Starbucks or some other coffee shop, or if you are just waiting for the bus, think about my tips. I will do a quick resume now for you so that you don't forget it. Incorporate this new way of positioning yourself. I'm sure that you will have positive results. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next one.